We're going to Baldwin Park, all the spots that made us what we are today. Ooh, I smell weed out here.
I do too.
Or is it a skunk? It's probably a skunk. You know what would be dope, bro?
What?
And if you're recording and we get hit. See? I knew that was coming. I knew somebody was gonna be honking. Downtown Covina. We had a chance to buy this building right here. This 2-story building. I'm gonna pull over real quick. A lot of people don't know this or care, it doesn't matter, but when I got into this industry, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know one agent, I didn't know one lender. I didn't know anybody that was doing it. So, you know, a lot of people get referred, or they know somebody, or they have an agent that helped them. I got laid off and I had no idea what I was gonna do. So I ended up going to a SWA meet, Citrus College SWA meet, and they had a booth there and it said now hiring. So I went in there and I inquired, and that's why I got started. This used to be my first real estate office. I met them at the Citrus College SWA meet. They had a now hiring sign, and I decided to, hey, I need a job. I just got laid off. Can I be a realtor? So what are they gonna say? No. Fun fact: this is where I met Vanessa. This office. You gotta get the office, Hector. She was my manager, right? She was going through a divorce when I met her. A few months later, I was going through a divorce, and long story short, she helped me through it. And my next office, I'm gonna take you to my next office. You don't know this, Hector, but it's literally 3 buildings over. This is my first lease. It's coming up. Not there. it's right here. This white building right here. Right there where it says commercial, that was my first office. It's a little room. And yeah, I used to rent here, bro. This was the beginning of Jose and Vanessa team. Some of my clients still to this day, we met here. I can think about 4 or 5 clients that we're still friends. We follow each other. They came here, I got them pre-qualified, we did everything, and yeah. Year one of being a real estate agent for me was showing up at the office every day, 6 days a week, usually 9 to about 6 p.m. I'd go home for lunch and to see my kids, and then I'd get back to the office. But it was me basically burning up the phones, trying to make conversations happen and book an appointment, whether it was a pre-call, showing property, and that was my introduction. Hard work, making calls and making appointments. And to this day, that's the secret, I believe, to make it in this business. And we're gonna pass by my first job, dude. So my first job, and then we're gonna drive by my mom's house. Obviously, I'm not gonna show my mom's address. There's a lot of Looney Tunes out here. By the way, true story. I own a condo here in this complex. I bought it from a high school friend. I bought it because, you know, we have 3 boys, we have 2 girls, kids. And one day when I kick them out, if they need a place to live, they could rent for me there. $500 each, if it's 3 of them, or whatever, or get a roommate, right?
Right.
There's a shortage of housing. I've always known about it and seen it, so it's not that I want to collect rentals or whatnot. It's just, you know, I'm always thinking about our family and making sure they have a home. But my best friend lives there right now, so I can't kick him out. Shout out to Rick. We had a lot of shit in common. Like, you know, we were into the racing, into the car clubs. We were into the ladies. That's when I was single, not married, right? We were both cheapskates. So we like, you know, we believed in cheap dates. To us, our dates were a Mickey's 40 with Clamato, a bag of chips, and taking our girls or whoever we were dating, like, to the cheapest date possible.
Like my dad always say, anything from the dollar menu.
Your dad sounds like a keeper type of guy. I love it. My high school was like a block that way, 2 blocks that way. So, you know, we ditch, you know, during lunchtime to come to In-N-Out or Red Devil Pizza across the street. The first time that I got pulled over racing, first time. I'm gonna show you what we did community service. Matter of fact, we're gonna go there now. You know you're in the hood, bro, when there's a King Taco in your city. And it's not even in the hood. What I'm trying to talk about, you know you're in the right culture when there's a Taco Bell in your city. I used to be part of the band back in junior high. I played the baritone. This is where the spot was, picking up on girls from other schools. That's how we did it, bro. You know, in the beginning, I think the biggest challenge that I had, and I'm talking about, you know, entering real estate, entering business, is that I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anybody in the industry. I didn't know, you know, my family, my dad worked for 20 years at the Allen Company in Irwindale. It's a recycling plant, right, on Arrow Highway, and my mom worked for a fabrica, a store where, you know, they did frames for like the teacher frames. So that was our background. I didn't know a lot of anyone in business. So for me, at 28, with 2 daughters, I was trying to figure out a new industry. My biggest issue was, is this something that I can accomplish? Is this something that I could do with no formal education, no college, no secondary degree or anything of that sort, right? I just knew that work ethic, and I learned that from my parents. So, you know, they didn't have the background of education, and they didn't prepare me with the background of business, but guess what? They taught me hard work, and that's what I think pushed me through, pulled me through, and allowed me to survive. A lot of people don't know this, but I entered the industry in 2008. That was during the Great Recession. That was a great like housing, like doom and gloom. So I didn't know. Had somebody told me, dude, this is the worst time to get into real estate. Everyone's losing their houses. Everyone's getting foreclosed on. There's no loans. I probably would have got a job. I had a job offer at an insurance company. I probably would have done that in Pasadena, but because I didn't, I didn't know. I just went feet first, and I overcame it just by sheer pure hard work and having a good meeting Vanessa and her pulling me along for the ride, forcing me to go to open houses, forcing me to go, do things that I was uncomfortable, like to prospect and make calls. So I think that's where we did it, man. My biggest struggle was I didn't know anybody in the industry. I didn't have a mentor, and I didn't know anything about business. So how did we overcome it? By showing up every day and believing that, it could be done. It could be done by me. In the beginning, I was driven to find success because I didn't want to beg, borrow, or steal to be able to pay my bills. I have this today because I was able to really buckle down and find that hard work ethic that I was taught by my family, by my parents, and find a great business partner and life partner with my wife, Vanessa. And together, our focus is first our family, creating a great environment, creating a great place, to raise and grow together. And then being able to take that same family values and culture to our workplace. I really believe that, my wife and myself have done a really good job in bringing that family culture, those family ties into our workplace, where now, we have a great connection with all our agents, all our team, our staff members. I truly believe that that's the reason that we've been able to build the type of company and corporation that we have now with our sales agents, our team members, our staff, because we go back to the foundation of hard work, family values, culture, trying to elevate, trying to get better. And ultimately, that's what life's about. Change is inevitable. It's up to you to realize what your next change is going to be. I love these damn little background things. These are dope. Little mini Picassos, bro. I don't know if you know this, Hector, but I'm going to retire as an artist. I'm going to be a painter, bro.
I know, I already see that you paint.
I like that. So anytime I see kids' art or anybody's art like this, it gets my attention. That's dope. Anytime that we come to a kid's playground, I don't get emotional anymore, but in the beginning I used to get emotional. When I got my license in 2008, by 2009 I was going through a divorce, right? And I would take my little girl. At 2009, she was a year old. So part of daddy time, when her sister was at school, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., I'll pick them up, I'd pick her up and I'd take her to the park. In the park, I'm with her. She's too little to be on the rides, right? I'll be in the swing with her. I'd be, on the little playground, merry-go-round with her, a 1-year-old, right? Thinking about real estate, thinking about, am I gonna make it? Thinking about how can I get a client when I have a newborn with me at the park? I don't like to say that it's wasted time. It was invested time, right? But every time I walk around a playground, which I don't do this anymore, I think about those moments, bro. You don't know how desperate you are until you have a little kid and you're trying to figure out, how can I make this shit happen? Been there. Dude, I'm getting emotional. That is her feet. One time, me and my buddy are trying to get to the West Covina Mall, right? I was probably 12 years old. I stole my first bike right there. I feel bad, but...
You had to get home?
No, I was trying to get to the mall. It's so bad, bro. My first communion right here. Check that out. Beautiful church. My boy Manny got married here. I have a picture of this door with Manny Pandy and myself and Vanessa. I was his best man. This is our middle school, the Olive. My first dream was to play for the Dodgers. Benny the Jet Rodriguez. You know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
This is where it happened. So a lot of my good friends still to this day happen right here in this beautiful park, and then our school across the way. Sometimes my kids will say that I'm so mean and I'm an asshole. That's where I learned how to be an asshole. My first job. Mario Nicastro was a fucking dick. Let's do this. This used to be the world famous Nicastro's Pizza. I was coming here since I was a little kid, no bullshit. At 16 years old, I was breaking up fights. The locals that would come and party here, and when I say party, I mean exactly what I mean partying. You know, the cleaning up, sometimes a vomit, sometimes blood, sometimes teeth. That was my first job. And I actually had this for about a year. Then I quit because I couldn't do this shit anymore. It was too wild. It was too crazy. All right. And life is not where you start, but where you end up. For us, this was always our vision. It just took us about 7 years to get here. Now that we're here, future's looking bright, and we're excited about our next move. Real estate changed my life because it gave me everything. I've been able to see some areas of the world, you know, Albania, Spain. We're going to Italy this summer. Obviously, beautiful parts of Mexico, because I was able to pay for those vacations, not put them on credit card, because of the hard work that I do for a living. I help people buy their dream home. I help people maximize the sale of their house. I get paid a small fraction, a commission, and I use that money to be able to reinvest in myself, put in investments, and put it to travel. So it's provided everything. It's provided the education for our kids. It's provided a legacy that we're gonna leave behind for our family, our name, and our household. So real estate has done everything for me. It's funny, I ask our agents, what's your elevator pitch? I ask the same thing to our agents. What makes you different from everybody? And my answer to that is, I care more. I know there's amazing agents out there. I have some rock star real estate agents and investor flipper, broker owners, friends out there, you know, and they're great and they're good people. But for me, I care more. I truly believe that if you're with me, if you're a team member with me, a partner with me, an agent with me, or a staff member with me, I care more. You know, I care about your well-being, where you're going, what your future looks like, and really what your retirement looks like. Because, you know, one day when I'm gone and I'm not in business anymore, I still want you guys to do good. I want you to be able to, you know, reach your goals, whatever those are. There's a saying, a flower doesn't compare themselves to another flower. It just blooms. So my philosophy is just that. We could be in the same place, we could be in the same pot, we could be in the same company or different companies. I want to see you bloom. I want to see you grow. I want to see you develop. You know, your petals, your scratches are not going to bother, you know, hurt mine, right? The way I grew up, the scratches on us, I'm not going to bring them onto you. So for me, I want to see everybody do better, grow, and be at another level than they were maybe before they met me. So for me, it's self-development and reaching your highest potential. We have a short time in this lifetime of ours. So God willing, you know, you reach and you're able to see a whole different stratosphere. That's my goal. So for those that stuck around and watched this is our story. This is my story. Truth be told, Hector, the guy behind the camera, wanted to shoot this and drive around my city. I was against it. I didn't want to. But the truth is, I'm very happy we put this together. And my goal is, you know, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And, you know, the finish is not until we're like completely checked out. So the beautiful part is we're still growing, developing, and trying to get to another level, you and me. That's it.